The TSA is now strengthening their standards when it comes to overseas flights that go directly to the United States. And the way that they are going to do more screenings is they will ensure that everyone who goes through the TSA has all of their electronic devices turned on. Now, the reason why they're doing this is because they're concerned that individuals are trying to fly straight to the United States with undetectable bombs, and here's what they had to say. The TSA says that it's requiring some overseas airports to have passengers turn on devices such as cell phones before boarding. It says devices that won't power up won't be allowed on planes, and those travelers may have to undergo additional screening. So think about that for a second. Let's say you are an American and you're traveling to another country, and then that country offers a direct flight back into the United States. Well, in that case, the TSA can ensure that security not necessarily goes through your phone. They're not going to do that yet, but I can totally see this turning into a slippery slope. But they'll tell you to turn your devices on. If it doesn't turn on, you're not getting on your flight. And think about how many times your phone has died, or maybe your iPad isn't charged. And if you have any problems going through the TSA or going through security, well, they can deny you access onto that flight. And the part that I'm really worried about is, how far is this going to go? When are they going to start going through our pictures or our text messages or our emails to ensure that we're not terrorists?
You know, it's funny. I hadn't thought of the running out of battery. I hope they have a lot of different kinds of chargers there.
They don't give a shit. They're not. No.
I mean, because your battery runs out all the time on your cell phone. You're going to miss your flight because of that. That's insane, right? Yeah. But I was more conspiratorial on this one, honestly. And I don't know that this is the case at all. But it just popped into my head that maybe they want you to turn it on because once you have it on, they can access it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what
remotely?
I'm saying? Yeah.
Like hack into it?
Yeah. So they want to make sure that the people getting on the plane are safe. Mm-hmm. So you turn on your phone, they access it, go through your stuff. You think they need your phone to access your phone?
No, they don't. Of course,
they don't need it physically.
Yeah, of course they can hack into it. I mean, that's a possibility. Of course, it's speculation. But I mean, think about how much we have to go through every single time we try to travel, especially if you're traveling overseas. The TSA is nuts. Like when I flew to Spain, I didn't want to go through the scanner, the full body scanner. And I was really, really early, so I decided, you know what, I'll just do the advanced pat down. So a female guard took me, or a TSA agent took me, she put her gloves on, she's like, all right, I'm gonna get to work. And she starts like feeling me up with the back of her hand, as she's supposed to do. And she was very pleasant, very nice, and she told me, look, now I gotta put my my glove through the scanner to see if there's any residue of an explosive device. And I was like, sure, go ahead. Right. She does it, and it comes up positive.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
So at that point, they tell me, hey, we're going to take you into a private room, and we have to do the pat down again, but this time we have to use the front of our hand. And so they took me into a room. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes. Finally, a different female agent comes in, and she does the same thing. And it's invasive, you know? They put your hand in your pants, and they go like this to make sure you're not hiding anything. And of course, they didn't find anything because I'm not a terrorist. But that entire process took at least 40 minutes. Had I not shown up early, I'd be screwed. I'd miss my flight.
That's kind of scary because sometimes I'll ask for the pat down. Oh my God, if they had a false positive, as they did in your case with like bomb residue or something, I'm in Guantanamo so quick.
They're not going to do the second. They're not going to do the second pat down. They're like, we're just going to take you. Bye.
Right. Yeah. So that is pretty scary. And then we also have this unique, awkward situation where I've had 2 different pat downs, which afterwards people said, oh, I really like the show.
Oh my gosh.
So, and which is, I mean, it's nice, it's great, right? I mean, I'm glad that they watched the show, but like, I feel like then they know me. Yeah. And a guy who knows me is patting me down. It feels a little weirder. Yeah, you know?
It feels a little more intimate.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes they'll call me by my first name, and that's great. That means they really know the show, and I love it. But I don't particularly love it in that context.
The thing is, once you go through the TSA, you know you're going to be violated in one way or another. You go through the scanner, some weird dude is going to be behind some closed door, seeing you naked, basically, and then the second case is some stranger gets to feel you up. And I get it. We need to have some sort of security measures in place to ensure that we don't have terrorist attacks. But at the same time, there has to be a better way of screening.